The TasCast Show daily. It's easy, short, and fun. Enjoy the facts and the stories. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the TasCast Show. I'm your host, Tassos Pardalis. Here I talk about data science, entrepreneurship, veganism, and comedy, as well as personal growth and development. Without further ado, let's move on with a story and a topic for the day. So, an interesting thing that on Tuesday night, as you remember, I had like the comedy gig at the Red Raw in Glasgow at the stand. I was expecting maybe 20 people, maybe 30 people to attend, and I was expecting most of them to be comedians, but I was mistaken. It was actually like about 200 people audience, at least that's what I was taught. But the venue was actually full, and it was so intimidating before I go on the stage, because I never tried to make so many people laugh at once, and it was like very, very interesting, intimidating, and fun. I met these amazing comedians, and everybody was so good, and I was like, probably I will disappoint. But then I went on stage and people started laughing, and it was amazing. And I love the energy. It's part of it's a weird thing probably. I love being on stage. So before I go on stage, I feel weird, but then as soon as I'm on stage, I actually it comes naturally in a way. I don't know how. I have like maybe a screw loose or something somewhere, but yeah, it's the part of me that loves telling stories and getting reactions from people. So yeah, if you go, there's a video I put on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you go on my page, like TasCast on Facebook, or just check for TasCast Show YouTube or something, you'll be able to find the video as well from the Red Row from last Tuesday. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on with the topic of the day. So today I would like to talk about having someone to talk to, share your ideas with, ask questions, to evaluate your ideas, because a lot of the time we fall in love with ideas and we don't really I realize the mistakes in our ideas or the flaws of our ideas before we actually screw up, essentially. And so with that point, actually, I would like to also remind you that yesterday's episode, it was a long special episode with Petros Jagouris. He joined me from Beijing, so if you have the time to go check, it's 35 minutes long, but it is worth it. Petros had a lot of interesting things to say about his move from Europe to China and what he's been doing for the last 3 years with his initiative, helping people to network and find opportunities in Beijing. I mean, like international people, foreigners, because it's very difficult for foreigners to get into the community sometimes. Although, from what I understand, a lot of the Chinese people are very welcoming, and they like to interact with foreigners. But at the same time, you have this close community where it's difficult to get into if you don't know the right people. So Petros Jagouris talks about this and what his initiative is doing in order to help people. So yeah, again, if you know the right people, you can get more opportunities faster, sooner, and just talk to people and just have the right people to talk to. It can help you find these opportunities. But as I said at the beginning of this topic, it can also help you clarify ideas or flaws in your ideas. So I've been working on an idea on paper in my head for a few months already, and it's around using machine learning mechanisms to understand whether a startup is doing well, not just based on numbers, but based on behaviors of founders and activities on a daily basis, and changes in market trends, or outside forces, environmental forces for the business, either political or economical or whatever it might be. So I've been battling in my head for a couple of months already. So how can I do that? And although I'm studying data science, I'm a rookie, so I was trying to figure out, all right, how do you write a machine learning mechanism with what data should I collect, and how should I categorize them, and what kind of questions should I ask the machine to answer based on this data, and what kind of meaning this data will have, and how can I make them meaningful for our clients or for our users. And so many questions, and basically I didn't know who to talk with. And this semester at the university, actually, we do like data analytics, one of our modules, and our lecturer, he worked in startups and big companies in the past, doing machine learning, and he is an amazing person to talk to. And we had a conversation. He just provided me with 30 minutes of his time yesterday, actually, outside of uni work, to have a conversation on this topic. And he helped me clarify a lot of things, and actually even create more questions that I didn't have before, which is good because that means I start to understand the data analytics better than before. So that's one small example. Another example would be that, as I said in the past, finding mentors is something I'm trying to do this year, and finding mentors for public speaking or for marketing, digital marketing, Facebook, which is not the easiest part because the successful people usually they seem not have time for such arrangement. But I'm getting there slowly. They help with mentoring. For me is just basically helping through a conversation for 30 minutes to an hour every month, just discussing what I have in mind, what I've done, what I'm doing, what challenges my thoughts, and through a discussion, a conversation, it can help me clarify things or think things through and all this stuff. And it's the same thing with comedy now. I networked with comedians on Tuesday for the first time. I mean, like more experienced people than me, amazing people, amazing comedians. I felt like I'm very bad in comparison, but they gave me some amazing feedback. I got to actually give them feedback too, and which is nice. And now I have like a peers comedian kind of network that I'm building up, and hopefully we'll get to do gigs with them, get to learn things from them, etc. So yeah, just whatever you do is good to have someone to talk to. That's basically what I'm saying. Do you have these people in your life, like in professional level, or even if it's for your hobby, to make it more interesting or to become better at doing what you love doing? If you don't have anyone, have you ever thought of finding these people deliberately? Because trust me, sometimes it's good to do it deliberately. Actually, most of the time, it's good to do it deliberately. To have a clear idea who you want to talk to and why. Anyway, I will leave you with that note, with that thought, and as always, I hope you have an awesome day, guys, full of love, passion, and compassion. And I will see you guys on the next episode, which should be either tomorrow or the day after, not later than that. Bye bye.